Welcome back to the final days here at 2015 SEMA Show. Aaron Schulenberg, Executive Director of the Society of Collision Repair Specialists, and I'm here with Mark Mandel from Ford. Mark, how you doing?
Doing great, having a great show.
Awesome. So you guys have your Ford Customer Service Division booth here in the North Hall, focused on helping shops kind of get in touch with everything you guys have going on with your programs and your F-150. Tell me a little bit about how the week's been.
Week's been great. Show's always a great opportunity to get out, get in touch, get close to shops, get talking to them, get feedback from them, see what we can do better, see what, answer any questions they have, in particular, obviously, about the F-150. Now that it's out there, more people are seeing them, they're asking more questions. The questions are more founded in fact and less in, what is it, what's it going to be like. Now they're seeing it, and they're really having some great questions, so the feedback is great, with them and the engineers, and it's always a great time to get close to the shops.
So what, if you don't mind, I'm curious, now that you guys have had the vehicle out for a year, this time last year you were just introducing it, now you're out for a year. What are some of the questions and what are some of the things that you think shops are seeing most frequently that they're talking about?
I think they're seeing, because it's a different approach to the way that we've constructed the vehicle, that there's some modular construction component replacement in there, that they're really learning the importance of referencing the instruction manuals and the OE repair procedures, because there's been a couple times that people have come up and said, well, I was looking at it this way and this, and we really had to get them grounded as this is really what the procedure is. But it's been a good education for them, and it does help it really puts the importance on getting that education out to the shops. We've got to make sure they're prepared. The importance of having a network that's trained to fix your vehicles.
Yep. So I think certainly blueprinting becomes a priority on a vehicle like that, right? Especially when you have mixing of different types of joining and approaches, different types of rivets that you need to maybe identify and lay out before you get into the repair, and the access to the information is key. We talked a lot about that yesterday in the OEM Collision Repair Technology Summit, which you guys are a supporter of, a sponsor of, and we certainly appreciate that. But that was kind of the resounding theme from everybody, was referencing OEM repair information, not once, but every single time you approach the repair.
Yeah, so, and that's one of the things that we really try to drive home with whether anybody whether they're a dealership and whether it's a mechanical repair, or I'm talking to a body shop that's an independent or a dealer that's on our network, whatever the case may be, is referencing the repair procedure every single time is the only way that's going to be what I really think is a truly consumer-centric repair. That is to say, this is the right thing to get this vehicle as close to original as possible, is go back to really what the blueprint, what the blueprint says. We've got to actually do the repair this stated method every single time, because otherwise you will start to deviate. We're humans. So.
Well, and I imagine, I think I'm aware of certain situations where the repair procedures can actually change, right? Based on the feedback that you get from the shops and going through those experiences, that's why it's important to actually reference them every time, not just the first time, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Great point. And that's where I think there's always going to be a continuous evolution, and don't just assume that there's going to be, just because the vehicle looks exactly the same on the outside, that there isn't a change from one model year to the next as well. There can be some subtleties under the skin that if you don't go and reference that specific model year, there could be something you're missing as well.
So Ford's been a supporter of the education programs here at the SEMA Show really since the beginning. I think you guys have always stepped up and said, yes, we as a company want to be involved, we want to be behind it, we want to have individuals who are teaching. I know Jerry Banani led one of our courses this week and has in years past as well. What is it for Ford? What is it about this program that's important to you all, about being involved in education and things that we have going on here?
It is always about the person behind the wheel, the owner. And back to what I said before, if we're not making sure and doing what we can to have an educated community that can help surround that customer and make sure they're getting the right parts and the right repair done, and that comes together right there at the collision shop. If it is not being done correctly, that's a dissatisfaction, that's a disservice to our consumer, and it will result in less customers buying Fords. They will not be as happy with their vehicle, and that's really what it comes down to, is keeping that customer close and really trying to do the right thing by them.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the key things for the industry, is making sure that the repair market and the automaker, we're all working towards making this the best experience for the consumer, keeping them safe, and getting their vehicles back to the way they were. Listen, on behalf of our members, I can't tell you how much we thank you for Ford's support of our programs, not just here at SEMA, not just the education, but throughout the year. You all are a member of our organization, and it means a lot to have the support of the automakers and the ongoing relationship that we have. For all of you at home, make sure next year take a look at joining us for for the 2016 SEMA Show. There's just a world of opportunity here and a ton of information at some of our partners' booths, so make sure you're here. Thank you so much.